than him on the end.
It's okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, feel free to continue eating, drinking, and all that good stuff. We're going to get some speeches going. On deck, for first up, we have Kodi's dad, Terry. Yep. Come on down. Yep.
So he asked me to write something, and I suck at writing, so I wasn't going to, and he asked me to keep it at 2.5 minutes, so it's going to be 27 minutes. First, that was the most epic MC. I love it. It's nice to attend a wedding that isn't traditional. It is very, very nice. And the fact that it only lasted like 12 minutes. That was very cool too. So I met Olivia in Pensacola, I think what, 5 years ago? Four? Okay, I'm old. And I just want to say thank you, because I was worried. I really was. Kodi lived with me when we were stationed up in Whidbey Island, and questionable activities. I didn't think it was ever going to happen, so when I met you and saw how you interacted with my terrorist daughter, and how you interacted with me and my wife, it was refreshing, and I was hopeful. So obviously it panned out. So thank you for that. It's very, very rare that you find someone that you sync with. Very rare. Like, all of us that are married in this room, I'm sure there are things that we don't sync with our spouses. And I don't see that too much with you guys. I'm sure there's stuff that you disagree with and everything. You're pretty much in sync. And I couldn't be happier. Right? Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Kodi, just like I said at my retirement, I'm proud of you. You've grown into a moderately mature man. Please keep him on that path. From my wife, that couldn't be here because our terrorist littles up there would not be good here. She says grandbabies. So, yeah, get to it. We are, maybe not tonight. Right? You've been together for 4 years. You've had your you time. Now it's our time, right? Now it's our time. Okay? And that's going to definitely secure our visit down to Florida if you have a baby, because my wife already told me that she's basically going to. But again, congratulations, awesome venue, you know, great people. This is a really, really good time. So, Mazel tov. I'm not even doing that. Who's next? My dad. See, he wrote a speech.
That's a tough act to follow. I'm sorry, that's an inside joke. We've been playing this game where you weren't allowed to say and you had to talk in a high voice. And I was terrible at it.
Now we get a point.
So, as parents, watching a child grow to achieve their goals is really the most rewarding. At the age of 3, Olivia fainted watching Jay get a shot at the communication. They're all watching Jay, and she slumped over in the chair. So that's empathy. Kind of didn't know what Olivia would have as a job as an adult, but we knew it would be with helping people, nurturing. And this is an abridged version of her reaching her goals. In high school as a cheerleader, she joined the Sparkle group, which is the cheerleaders help special needs kids cheerlead And so they teach them, they work with them, and then at halftime at the basketball game, they cheer alongside the kids. It was brought tears to your eyes when you saw that kind of stuff. During this period, she also involved in her church the Appalachian Service Project. And that's where you go down to Appalachian, you help people that are either financially can't fix their homes or they physically can't fix their homes. And you help them. And it's not light stuff. You're digging ditches, you're insulating walls, you're putting new roofs on, you're adding porches to their stuff. And she did that for 4 or 5 years. While it's, I start every sentence with that. While at Kent State, she pursued her business degree, and she became a nanny for some twins. And I think that's when she knew she really liked working with kids. After graduation, she worked at TLC, which was a daycare in the Hudson area. But she felt it was more like herding cats at that school than actually helping kids.
Where am I on this?
She wanted to take care of kids, but she also wanted to nurture them. So when Julia and Brendan offered her to come down to Pensacola and live with them, she found a job working with special needs kids, and that's where she met Kodi. So yes, not in the special needs, she met him in Pensacola. Continuing to pursue her goal to work with and nurture kids, she found a job working at a daycare. Well, this was after they were together in Pensacola and started to have a relationship that was meaningful, and then Kodi got relocated up to Whidbey Island in Washington State. And at this point, they knew they wanted to stay together, so she followed him up to Whidbey Island. During that time, she found a job at another school that had Montessori aspirations and working with kids. Let's see, I lost my track here. I'm trying not to say But again, pursuing her goals, she's worked at this new school, putting together classrooms that had special needs sections or school, more about learning rather than just trying to take care of a kid while their mom was at work or whatever. Let's see, where are we at now? Now I'm feeling Matt here.
Give him some water.
I have the advantage of having a couple drinks in me too, and I'm still dry. So again, when Kodi got relocated to Jacksonville, Florida, and she took her experience working at the Montessori, at the time, back up in Washington, she learned and studied for and got her Montessori certificate. So now she's moving back to Jacksonville, taking her certificate, taking what she's learned, taking her business degree, and wanting to put a school together. So she goes, let's do this homeschool program. So she had to get approved by the Florida State, which was a whole rigmarole. Had to get approved by the Navy because she wanted to do the Navy program. Got that all going, and put together a school and got approved for all that. And it started her home daycare / learning center in Jacksonville for Navy kids. And we're amazed by that achievement, that your goal throughout your life. We're just so proud. And it's an amazing accomplishment. So Kodi, as you know, who's in the Navy, is obviously brave, but not because he's in the Navy, but because he supported Olivia having kids in the house. We've got the dining room into a classroom. We've got to have the house in a situation where you have spot inspections by the Navy and/or Florida. It is amazing. We've been really fortunate to spend a lot of time with Kodi in different locations. We've spent time with him in Florida, in Pensacola, Whidbey Island, Jacksonville, Ohio, and of course at Cook Forest. So we have an annual event where we have the whole family, core family, go to Cook Forest, Macbeth's. And when you bring someone there, you know it's going to be serious potentially. So we've spent a lot of time, and we really love Kodi. He's been great. And the relationship we see is so supportive, like I said, having kids crawling around that aren't even yours in the house. It's been amazing. So really, really glad and enjoy your company. And we're super happy that you're part of the family. Please, let's toast to Olivia and Kodi.
Can't hear you. Can you hear me now? No.
Use your outside voice.
Can you hear me now? Yeah. All right. So a little nervous. It's all right. Get it out of my system right now. For those of you that don't know me, I'm the best man, Kodi's cousin. It's an honor to be standing here today as Kodi's best man. I've known Kodi for 30 years now, if you count when we're babies in diapers. A month apart. Seeing him embark on this new adventure with Olivia is truly special. Kodi and I grew up a state apart, but never went too long without seeing each other. He stayed with us one summer. We got kicked out of the house every morning, crazy. And we just sit and break rocks for hours. It was weird, but it worked. We spent the summer in Pensacola. We almost fist fought every single day, but always shared the spray butter at dinner. Every time Kodi has moved to the military, he stopped to see me. I even made him sleep on my dorm room floor one night. Don't feel bad about it. Kodi was the best man at my wedding. The night before my wedding, he told a little girl to shut up because she sneezed in the ice cream parlor.
Wow.
Just getting parody started early. Kodi and I nearly talk every single day as we nerd out and play video games. So why does all this matter to everyone else in this room? I like to say I know Kodi better than anyone, including us parents. But there's one person here I cannot beat. He talks about her all the time, and I know the sincerity and love in his voice. That's the bride, Olivia. She's pretty good. To Kodi and Olivia, may your life be filled with endless love, ridiculous amounts of random game night knowledge. Insane. Don't play board games with them. None of the Boydens, actually. And endless moves with the Navy. Cheers.
Okay, who saw me fall? That shit hurt. Okay. That shit hurt.
More importantly, we saw the same, not
Yes.
the ball.
2 drinks for them. Okay. So I'm the hero. That's all I hear. Okay. Okay. When I was 3 years old, Olivia made me who I am today, which is a career middle child. Is anyone else a middle child here? Yeah. You get it. Yes. You get it.
I know me.
You get it. Yeah, we get it. Okay. So little 3-year-old me was like, bad deal. But we can work with this. We know the song and dance. I can get the attention I need. You know, we'll be fine. It'll take a little more effort, but it'll be fine. And then Jay is born. And we have to compete for the middle kid slot. So it was the moment that he was born that me and Olivia locked eyes. And we said, it's on. We already have it rough, but imagine competing with another kid. Okay, so I'm just setting the stage because this story is relevant now. So I was in 5th or 6th grade. We moved to a new spot in Hudson, and we had a house where I was able to have my own room, which is the first time for me. Around that same time, someone who will go unnamed, named Charles Edward Boyden, thought it was a good idea to let me watch Doctor Who. Great show. But has anyone seen the Gas Mask Kids demon one where they go around and they're like, "Are you my mommy?" And if they touch you, you became a gas mask demon child?
Right.
Okay, fucking terrifying. Okay, I was 12. Anyway. This has a I promise. So there I am, and I'm going to bed, and I'm scared, and I decide to tell somebody because, you're a child. So I told someone else who goes unnamed, Constance Boyden, and was like, "Hey, I'm scared that I'm gonna get haunted or like killed by like these demon gas mask children." And she's like, "You don't have to be scared. Olivia's right in that room. Like, she's right there." And now looking back on it as an adult, I'm like, well, I was 12, Olivia was 9. That's a wild thing to say to a 12-year-old when you're the adult in the room. But it was actually like the most comforting thing. Like she said that and I was like, you're right. Like she is right there. And even though we were sworn enemies at the time, I knew she would fuck up some gas mask demon children for me. It was crazy. She would, for the right person. Where was I? Yeah, demon kids, that's right. Okay. All right, so fast forward a few years, Olivia and I were in high school together, and that was when we truly started bonding, because we drove to school together. So she was a freshman, I was a senior, we always drove in together and talked about boys and band and literally anything on our minds. And that's when I would like really look back and realize like how long I had missed that presence in my life. And just like knowing on a personal level like her impeccable strength and intelligence and kindness and like I was doing so well. And how funny and amazing she is. And I lost my tissue. Thank you. And I lost so many years because we were middle kids together and we were trying to get the slot. Oh, I'm off script. But now I know that was then when I like realized like this is why I was so comforted by that. I didn't know like specifically at the time, but I realized in those moments like this is why I knew, because that's who she is. Like shit. And my knees still hurt from falling. Okay. Anyway, so fast forward again, 2021, Olivia graduates college during COVID. I've been in the military for about 4 years there and spent all 4 of those years begging one of my siblings to move with me. Just get out of Ohio, come live with me wherever I am, whether that be like middle of nowhere Texas, And Olivia, at 22 years old, uproots her entire life in Ohio and made the decision to build a new life across the country with me. Again, I told you she was brave. Like, who does it? That's crazy. And it's that decision that is what brought us here today, which is just, it says a lot. So a few months into living together, Liv's been dating here and there, exploring the dating pool, Pensacola, you know how it goes. And one day I get a break from work, I go home for lunch, and she's home, and it was kind of weird. And I go up the stairs, and the door's closed, which is even weirder. And I'm like, hey, you got a boy in there? And I hear an unfamiliar voice say, no. And from that day on, Kodi never left our house again. He was there literally every day. And it was great, because he molded perfectly with Brendan and I in that household. We played games, we went out, we had so much fun, we watched movies, it was so fun. I would come home from work, and he'd be like, I made chicken parmesan pizza, like, you eat it now, bitch. And I'd be like, okay. And I could say that year was the year that I tried more unusual flavored snacks than I ever had in my life. Like, have you ever had a Sour Patch Oreo? Because I have, and it's not good. But Kodi was always exploring like that. do the same. Okay, I skipped over a lot. Let me see here. Yeah. Kodi perfectly matches every little bit of sass that Olivia is able to dish out, but he is also the most loving and caring person for her that I've seen. And it's just, I couldn't have picked a more perfect person for her. Like, you fit into the family, and it's just like we've known you forever. I love you guys so much. Kodi, you've been a part of the family for a really long time already, but welcome officially. I love you guys. Should I introduce you? My mouth is wet still.
Must be nice.
Aw, look at these guys. Okay, I have a lot of the same stuff to say about Kodi and Olivia. My name's Brendan. I'm Julia's wife, so I'm an honorary. Did I say that? I meant husband. We're both in the military, so it gets confusing about it. She outranks me too, so. Okay, but anyway, my speech is supposed to be about Kodi, but to get to talking about Kodi, I have to talk about Olivia a little bit first. And to recap, so Julia, and to talk about Olivia, I have to talk about Julia. So we'll get there, trust me. And it will be under the time limit. So Julia and I, both military, stationed in different places. We got married during the pandemic, but didn't get around to having our ceremony until much later. So we kind of went from not living in the same town to moving in together. And we were both a little bit nervous because we hadn't lived in the same place for 3 or so years. And when we found out that Olivia was actually serious about coming down to live with us, we both thought that was great. One, the Boydens are just awesome people, so it's awesome to be around them. And it was going to give Julia a break from whenever she got tired of me, since we were just figuring out how to live together at that point. And for me, it was more of, I don't know if anybody's seen Parks and Rec, but it was kind of like living with Aubrey Plaza's character, where she would stand there and then quietly say something that was just so cutting to the core, but about your outfit or whatever you were doing or how you were doing something. But it was hilarious, and it was really great to have Olivia with us for a while. And then, yeah, Kodi, I can't even remember when Kodi honestly was there. I feel like I've inserted him into all of my memories of Pensacola, so it just felt like he was there the whole time. So that was happening, and then Kodi was there full time after. I don't know if anybody has heard this story, but Kodi was having some stomach pains, and then 2 weeks later went in to the doctor and they're like, hey, your appendix has been burst for like a month. How are you not dead and in excruciating 10% truth rate? And that's really awesome. But so he needed a little bit of R&R and basically crashed at our house while he was getting some antibiotics, and we really got to know him well then because it was 24/7, but it was always like, we had something on TV that was interesting, we had a really great meal, and just something to like riff on, because just him in the house made everything feel like more like, it was kind of like the TV show Friends, I felt like. You know, we had like the perfect dynamic of young people there, and it was also, Julia and I had both just promoted to captain, so 03, which is kind of the most dangerous officer rank. I know we have a lot of enlisted folks here, because you either have just promoted to captain or you've been a captain for like 5 years, so we looked like we knew what was going on, but did not. And having Kodi there, he honestly was such a great mentor for me, learning just his, we didn't talk about stuff at work, or like we didn't see each other at work, but his perspective on things and how he talked about conducting himself with all the sailors that he was mentoring was the perfect thing for both Julia and I when we were at that point in our career.
Well, can I interrupt? Are we talking about the same thing?
I know. And so to back that up with some facts, because I know we got a message, and I've got to, back my words up. Kodi's just like the right combination of competent, but also intimidating. So you're not going to approach him with the questions that aren't important, but also will give you the shirt off of his back. And I know that that's how all the sailors that he was, in charge of mentoring felt about him. And it was just so great to have you around there. And I know I've got some more jokes in here, but I'm kind of off script and I'm coming up on that time. So let's see. What else we got? So we're not too serious. Nope, it's all serious stuff here. So the only re-enlistment that I've ever like, I
I've been proud to do all of them, but the one that I'll remember for my entire life was when Kodi asked me to do his reenlistment in Pensacola. That was the one that meant the most to me. Because for the reasons I described, if the military could get 1,000 more Kodi Briscoes tomorrow, I would do anything to make that happen because he's the right type of person. And just listening to his dad, Terry, talk this morning about how he was conducting himself as a senior NCO, really high caliber people. I'm gonna do my best to make us both not cry because as soon as we make eye contact, I'm gonna cry. But I'm just so proud of you for what you're doing and even more proud to have you in the family officially. So love you guys. Cheers to both of them. Thanks for listening.
Hello. My name is Caitlin. I'm the oldest sister of the Boyden siblings. And as the oldest daughter, with every stereotypical older sister trait, I've always faced a bit of a blurry line between being a big sister and kind of like a little bit of a mom. So when Olivia was in high school and rebelling far more than I ever even knew that we could get away with, she would tell me stories and I would have to rein in every instinct I had to tell her, don't do that, you're gonna get trouble. So that I could like cling onto whatever ounce of cool I had managed to gather up over the years and continue to be someone that she could trust and confide in. Now maybe one of the reasons I felt this motherly instinct towards Olivia is because, fun fact, I'm actually the one that named her. You can ask my mom. So when my mom was pregnant with Olivia, we were watching Grease, and I thought that Olivia and John had the prettiest singing voice I'd ever heard. So I asked my mom her name, and she said, is Olivia. I was like, we should name the new baby that. She called my dad, and he agreed. They didn't take me up on the suggestion to make her middle name Star or Heart. But I'm pretty proud that in 1998, 5-year-old me was able to help name my baby sister. Olivia isn't the youngest sibling though, but she is the youngest sister, so she's basically the baby. I think because she was the youngest girl, we spent a lot of time trying to take care of her. But she's proven over and over again that she's a warrior through the hard times, and when she puts her mind to something, she will accomplish it. She may not need us, but she's always made family a huge priority. I remember one night when I was maybe 10 and Olivia was 5-ish, I invited her to have a sleepover in my room. And even though I had to desperately cling to my cool factor, as Olivia quickly surpassed mine, I was the ultimate cool sister because Olivia was too young to realize otherwise. The next day she gave me a picture she drew of us from our sleepover. And I still have it. So cute. Take a little closer look at it while I read. As many times as I've purged my closets, I could never get myself to throw this away. The fact that Olivia considered that time with me as so much meaning to her, and that she literally gave me a thank you card for spending time with her was such a good feeling. She made me feel important and loved, and this perfectly sums up Olivia and what she brings to her relationships. She can correct me if I'm wrong, but her love language has always seemed to be quality time. And if I am wrong, don't tell me, because that'll ruin my speech. Since my sister started moving all over the country, it's always been about when we can see each other next. And now I have a daughter, and that love shown in quality time from Auntie Liv extended to McKenna literally immediately. Seeing how much McKenna means to her means more to me than I could ever put into words. Before she flew back to Florida after she visited, she literally had every other visit planned for the rest of the whole year. Literally on her phone, like, okay, this month, this month. It isn't lost on me that she now has dedicated her life and career to helping kids grow into smart and capable living humans. She truly has helped me be a better mom. I love that my daughter will grow up knowing how totally loved she is by Olivia, and that all McKenna has to do is ask and she'll be there in a heartbeat. That's not cool. It's not cool. Sorry. Okay, I'll switch to Kodi now. When I finally met Kodi, it was Christmas time, and he was driving up from Wisconsin to surprise Olivia at my parents' house. I was so excited about this. I love surprises, and I could not wait to meet Kodi. so in love with him and constantly talking about him. I still hadn't met him. So when he arrived, it was the morning. Olivia was still sleeping upstairs. We were all just talking at the table, waiting for her to wake up. She likes to sleep in. Eventually, though, enough time had passed that Kodi was done waiting. So he went upstairs and literally kicks the door and is like, "Wake up!" And Olivia, I'll never forget. All I hear, because I wasn't up there, was Kodi. I will never forget it. She just sounded so happy. And from that moment, I knew that this person was going to continue to show up for my sister. It didn't take long for me to learn that Kodi's love language is gift giving. But beyond gift giving, the real test of Kodi's love is when he shares his food with you. He gets so excited when he tries something new and basically gives away the rest of it so that everyone else can enjoy it. He's offered me endless international sweets, weird flavored chips, and sips of drinks that he loves. Literally just like walks up to you with a bag of chips and it's just like, try this. With this in mind, Kodi, I just wanted to show you in the way you feel it best. I love you too.
Oh, yeah. I knew these were there.
I know, I've been sitting out for days. Hasn't even told me before. All right, so love is a language we all speak and receive differently. For Olivia, it's her time, making sure Kodi always knows she's right there if he needs, even if that means a handful of cross-country moves. For Kodi, it's how every time he goes out into the world, he can't help but think of her and collect endless treasures to remind her how much she's always on his mind. What's really beautiful about their relationship is that their love languages create a perfect conversation. The past few years, I've seen countless efforts of them expressing their love to each other in the way that they each receive it best. As an older sister, I love that the first time I met Kodi, it was while he was actively giving Olivia quality time by surprising her for Christmas. And I really couldn't even count the amount of conversations I've had with Olivia trying to help her pick out the best gifts for Kodi so that he knows exactly how much he means to her through the amount of thought that she's put into it. They both make an effort to make sure the other receives love in the way that translates best to them. Together, they've really shown me that love isn't about speaking the same language, but about celebrating the one your partner speaks. I'm so happy to be celebrating your love today. Here's the two people who allow each other to be their most authentic selves, who hold space for each other to explore who they are, and who continue to find new ways to show their love to each other every day. I can't wait for the day we all live on the same cul-de-sac and all our kids are running together around the circles. I love you all so much, and cheers.
Hello. Hello there. My name is David. Bear with me here. Speeches are terrible for me. First off, thank y'all for having me. I appreciate being part of this. First time I met Kodi was in 2019. We were both at Pensacola, Florida together. We were part-time, security. We were part-time cops basically for the Navy. And I'll never forget this because this kind of showed the first way we met. But we walked out after our big meeting in the morning, went out to the smoke pit, and there's this guy sitting there in the smoke pit, hand tattoos, vape in one hand, big ass monster in the other. And I walk over to the smoke pit and I go, wow, that looks like a dick. Like legit, just resting bitch face. Just like there's another guy standing there vaping with him, and he looks at him and he says something to him. I can't remember what he said, but he said something to him and he was like, wow, you're super nice. Like, I walked over and I was just like, hey. And he looks up at me and goes, hi. Like the most polite freaking response. And I was like, okay. We ended up in a cop car together that night. And
Legally,
that's
we're
how
cops.
it works. We were cops at the time. We ended up in this cop car that night. I bring my iPad, we sit there and play on our phones, we were watching. We had to watch this damn building that was not going anywhere. And all of a sudden a pizza shows up. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, what the hell? He orders this buffalo pizza, just like they were talking about. He's like, try it. And I was like, all right. So try buy this pizza, and we're sitting there, we're eating the pizza, and we're sitting there playing Clash Royale for like 12 hours. Just hanging out in this golf cart, dude. Just great time. From that day on, he started coming over, and we were all big horror film movies, or into horror film movies, so he'd come over and we'd watch them and have movies. Shut up. So, moving on. A little bit later on, he started talking about this girl he met. And we were like, okay, cool, we want to meet her. We want to meet her. And so he brings her over. We end up doing like a movie night. This girl was amazing. Okay? We had known her for like maybe like, I think it's probably like a month at that point. And I fell into a really hard spot, and I had to take my exam one morning. And she, being the amazing person with children she was, offered to take care of my kids.
That happened 4 years ago today. That's
Yeah,
the
because
memory
you sent me the
from-
memory.
Oh my god!
And so today, she sent me the video of her watching my kids for me. And both my daughters adore and love her. And so I was over the moon. I couldn't believe how happy these two had made each other, and I was so excited for them. But I really appreciate both of you. You guys have meant a lot to both me and my wife and my kids. So I appreciate you guys, and congratulations.
Make it quick, I really gotta pee. Okay, I'm Jay, this is my wedding speech. Okay. Stop turning it on. Should be getting pretty good at these by now. 2 sisters, 2 speeches, and a lot of time to workshop the deliveries and timings. So, anyways, Olivia Boyd and Briscoe. It's been a long 24 years, but we did it.
We did it!
You found the love of your life, and I couldn't have done it without your help. Mom, Dad, empty nesters, what are we going to do now? I really couldn't have done it without your help, so thank you. Also, quick toast to everyone here in the room. The friends, the family, and my friend Josh, who were all able to make it here today. Each one of you and Josh played a role in their lives today, and that's why you're all here. So, Olivia, I was saying, so. We started hanging out about 24 years ago. Exhibit A. Go ahead and hold that up. There we go. Exhibit A, March 4th, 2001, Akron Children's Hospital. Mom was able to make it for the hang. Nice.
She was chaperone.
Many of you already know my story. One by one, with each passing year, every single sister left my side. They went to pursue bigger and better things like graphic designer and Air Force person. Olivia, you were different. You stayed. I've always appreciated you for that. Indeed, Olivia stayed. She stayed by my side from day one all the way through my most pivotal years of development. Picture 2. Here we are just a couple years back, not wanting to let her leave her first day of school. And the last picture, here's just another example. That is you holding me up because I made like a largemouth bass. That you have no So yes, as you can see, throughout my life, Olivia stayed by my side, and for that, she was a blessing in my life. A blessing in many forms, but most importantly to me, and if any of you have older siblings in the crowd, you'll get this. Most importantly to me, Olivia is a blessing in the form of lessons that I've never had to learn for myself, because she's lived them for me. They lived them for me. And what an insane privilege that was and still is to grow up watching my older sisters fight and conquer every battle they've had, to create the life for themselves that they've dreamed of. To watch them fight through failure and heartbreak and crushed dreams and mental, physical illness, survival training, childbirth, all to come out on the other side stronger than before. It's just one of the many blessings I've been given by being here today. So Olivia, thank you for everything you've done for me, whether you realized it or not. You're an inspiration, you're my sister. Okay, although I know Kodi could probably listen to me talk about Olivia all day, because Olivia is the state topper. I do have some remarks for you, Kodi, that I've symbolically titled Kodi. So, Kodi, thanks for giving me time to speak today. I know how much you love sitting up here doing the same attention. But that's another thing, and I think other people have mentioned it here, is it's super obvious that Kodi is willing to make himself as uncomfortable as possible to make Olivia comfortable or happy or both or whatever it may be. I see it all the time in big ways, in small ways. Kodi will go out of his way to just, he doesn't care, like it doesn't matter. Like Olivia, we grew up together. Making you comfortable is the most easy thing in the world. Kodi finds a way every single time. He truly sacrifices so much daily in order to allow Olivia to live her most comfortable life and pursue the dreams of her choosing. And for that, I'm grateful for you. To wrap things up for the night, I just want to highlight this incredible moment one more time. God knows when the next Boyd wedding is going to be because I ain't even close. So let's not forget to appreciate this moment, not let it flee too quickly. And after tonight, the world is about to experience a Boyd baby boom like no one's seen. We're really distracted by life and new lives. McKenna is, but she's a new life. Amazing distractions. And while I'm not directly in a relationship myself, I have the honor of witnessing not one, not two, not three, but now 4 unique, imperfect, beautiful examples of love in my life. I get to watch 8 individuals navigate the ups and downs of life in the most graceful, honest, and kind ways, and all completely at different stages of their lives. A commitment was made today, not just to love one another, but to love everyone one another loves. All of you. Josh. A commitment to not just love unconditionally, but to join this pre-established network of love built in relationships that brought us all here today. And finally, a commitment to continue to be an example for those of us still looking for love, showing us all what love can bring you when you give your entire self to someone who is willing to do the same for you. Thank you, Olivia and Kodi, for allowing me to speak today. Thank you for giving me yet another example of beautiful love in my life. And also, if I don't see you all dancing later, I'm going to freak the fuck out. So, toast to Olivia and Kodi one last time.